Hey guys, today we're going to learn how to set a global due date in Atrium. And what a global due date is a specific date by which you want all of your materials turned in regardless of when they were checked out. This comes in really handy at the end of the year because, for example, you may circulate books in March, April, and maybe on May 1st and May 2nd, but you want all books returned on May the 5th in order to start preparing for inventory and preparing to see what students still owe materials or money. So even if a student had checked out a book on May 2nd, and let's say typically you have a circulation loan period of 2 weeks, the Atrium system will show that that book is due on May 5th or whatever global due date you set, rather than letting that entire circulation period play out. So it's really handy at the end of the year, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So to find the setting, you're going to go to Administration, Circulation, and you'll see the due date calendar come up. We're going to click this, and when it opens, you'll see that this calendar has all sorts of little symbols on it. So let's talk about that for a moment. Anytime you see a $ with a slash through it, that means the library is not collecting fees that day and therefore must be closed. So all of your weekends are going to have that symbol on there. And if you have gone through and added holidays to your calendar, like this person has, you'll see it on specific holidays as well. Days where you're open, you'll see a regular $, which means the library is open and accepting fees that day. How this works is not like this. A lot of people look at this calendar and they think that it's set up to hold information in this way. For instance, if a book is checked out on April 4th, I can enter the date here to say when I want it back. No, that's not how this works. Instead, what this structure does for us is it says if a book was due on April 4th, I can now make it due on some other day. If for some reason there was a snow day and the library was closed on the 3rd and books were supposed to be due the 4th, I could bump them over and add in April 5th to give those kids an extra day with their book. We're going to use this feature to get us all tidied up at the end of the year. So I'm going to go out to May. Yes, I want to do that. And I'm going to say, for example, that I want all of my items turned in by May 3rd. So here's what I'm going to do. Let's say I had a student who came in and checked out a book here on the 2nd. Typically, that student is going to have 7, 10, 14 days, whatever your loan period is, to keep that book. I don't want that to happen. So what I'm going to have to do is every day past the 3rd, every day that's beyond the date where I want them, I'm going to have to point my due date calendar back to the 3rd. So if a book was supposed to be due on May 4th, I'm going to say, nope, it has to be due on May 3rd. Let's see, weekends are closed, so the following Monday. If a book was supposed to be due on May 7th, I'm going to say, nope, I want it back on May 3rd. And I'm going to keep doing that until I have run out of my circulation loan period. So if the last book I checked out was on the 2nd, and I allow kids to keep books for 10 business days, then probably the last day I'm going to have to go in and make adjustments is here on the 16th. But you will need to make adjustments as far out as your longest due date is. So if you have a student that has a book that's due on the 17th, go ahead and make these global due date changes as far out to the 17th. You probably won't have anything way out here at the end of May if you have stopped circulation here earlier in May. But you just check your due dates and see how far out they need to go. And on any day where you have checked out a book and it's supposed to be due on that date, you'll need to direct that due date back to whatever day you've chosen for all of your items. And that's it.